Hello, I'm Lloyd Davidson, a data privacy expert at Vox Securitas. Today, I'll be talking about what it means to be GDPR ready. As GDPR began to make its way into our lives, starting from around 2016 until it went live in May 2018, there was much talk amongst businesses about the need to get ready for GDPR or to become what was known as GDPR ready. Many businesses, larger ones, would set up internal project teams, others looked to hire external advice and consultancy services to provide help on it. Other businesses would have to work it out on their own, and some businesses did nothing at all, maybe due to budgetary constraints or just wanting to see what happened. However, there is a fundamental question for many businesses that still remains to be answered. Are you GDPR ready today? The reason we ask this question is because a lot has changed in the last 2 years since GDPR first went live. Firstly, we need to look at the regulatory and enforcement landscape. We now know, with some of the enforcement actions taken, what is being looked out for by the regulatory bodies and how the law is being interpreted. We've also seen record fines being given to companies in the UK and across Europe, both for large and small businesses. It doesn't matter the size of the business, we've seen enforcement actions being taken against companies that have broken the GDPR. Again, we have seen regulators further defining what compliant actually means on certain issues. We're also likely to see the long-awaited e-privacy regulation implemented within the next year. Other countries have also launched their own data privacy laws, such as Brazil and various states across the USA, such as California and the CCPA. Thailand as well has also launched a strong data protection law. Any organisation operating in numerous territories should be aware of the data privacy laws that applies to them, and be aware that some of them actually do go further than the GDPR in certain areas. Secondly, when we think of changes since 2018, we need to not only look at the changes in the regulatory landscape, as I mentioned before, but also changes within your own organisation. Think about if there have been any new projects, any new systems launched or introduced to your business, and any new streams of data collection taking place that were not there previously. We have to think, are they all still GDPR compliant? Have any data protection impact assessments been conducted? Or if they were conducted at the time, around the time of the GDPR deadline, most companies may have done these. Have the risks that were within those impact assessments, have they been reviewed since then? Alongside that, have your organisation's policies and procedures been reviewed since then? Are all your staff appropriately trained to know about GDPR and how it affects your organisation? And do they know how to appropriately handle a subject access request? Finally, we also need to be aware of how the COVID-19 pandemic has really affected operations for a lot of organisations. More staff than ever are now working from home. So have the right questions been asked in terms of ensuring your client's data is safe in an employee's home? These are the sort of questions as organisations we need to ask ourselves about, and ask, we may have been ready, in 2016, 2018, but are we GDPR ready today? Are we compliant today? At Vox Securitas, we are here to help you address the important issue of being GDPR compliant today. We can do this now by offering your company a spot check on your compliance with the GDPR. We have 2 gap analysis questionnaires available, one that would suit the needs of a small or micro organisation, and another for medium and larger enterprises. Completing either of these will provide an immediate reference point and clarity on where you have gaps in your compliance with the GDPR. And then if further help is needed, we can assist you and show exactly what you need to do to become compliant. We would urge you to address the issue of being compliant with GDPR in 2020. A lot has changed since 2018, and straightforward help is now at hand to get your business back on track. You can visit our website to find out more at voxdatavista.com, where you can find out more and purchase the appropriate questionnaire for your business today. Thank you very much.